Hello, time travelers, and welcome to the Aging Journey podcast, where we explore aging and time in tabletop roleplay games. Content warnings are listed in the description below. Enjoy the journey.
Hello everyone, we are back again following the prominent Chicago crew, the Piers, who run a not so legitimate lake touring company and have just had an interesting couple of days as we are in a fantasy 1931 Chicago. Last episode, another night came and went as the Pier crew companions raced across Chicago in search of Kallie and Raymond after finding Cesar and Liv alive. Cesar wakes up and gets flashes of what's been going on in the last few days, while Liv is carted off to the back to get surgery at the hospital. As Cesar wakes up, he is woken up by Gerald, and he catches up with him in the hospital. And they basically talk about how things have been a bit more complicated than they thought. Apparently, the wise men have names, and Cesar recounts a horrifying battle against a man simply known as K. Cesar also remembers Kallie and Liv being lost to darkness in the sewers after a massacre at Candy Canes, and had no recollection of what happened to Raymond. Liv is now recovering in the hospital, while Lawrence and Eric discovers mutated Fatima, devouring the corpses of her loved ones in the bilges of the Candy Cane. Meanwhile, Betty and Seamus reunite with Cesar and Gerald, and the group finally come together again after Cesar and Betty get slowed down in the sewers by a mob of were-rats. Okay, so at the very end of that episode, Eric is holding a lifeless Kallie, and there is a mess of flesh on the floor of Candy Canes. And Cesar hears the call of a creepy child trapped in a liminal space, and he chooses to, let's use the word infect, his friend with a life, I guess. And everyone returns to the hospital, where they meet up with Gerald, who tells them a little bit about what's going on with the Russos over the radio. They also find Liv, and Cesar does the same thing with giving her treatment, and she grows back her eyes in a horrific way. And then you all also hear Raymond in the background of the radio that Gerald is talking to you all in, where he is talking about heading to the new wise men's lair because the Russos are dead, which is the Russo estate. Now, even though all of that happened, I think we need to go back a little further to really understand how all of this came about. Raymond King, boss man of the Piers, reputable and well-liked, a well-established local, born and raised in this city. And come hell or high water, he plans to save the city or die trying. 3 days ago, you, Raymond, Cesar, Kallie, and Liv were doing your best to keep the peace at the emergency meeting over at Fatima's place. Asphira had just transformed. She showed her true self to everybody, and the members of the Red Syndicate did not take it well. Most of them went mad at the sight of her. So, in this chaos that breaks out pretty much immediately, what were your marching orders for the Piers? And what did you say to try and calm the situation?
Well, I think he would have said something like, now listen up, all y'all. We've known each other for years and years and decades at this point. Would I, Raymond King, not keep your self-interest in mind? This is a dear friend. She may look different to the eye, but all of us are a little different looking than when we first started out. All right, calm down. And then his marching orders for like Cesar would be to like kind of cuff up the most like dead set on making a fight happen. Just kind of like round him up and be like, "Hey, calm down." And for Liv, it would have been like, "Okay, you know who like is really susceptible to your wiles, like really like ham it up here, like how unbothered you are and stuff, and flirt with some people." And then I would have had Kallie definitely keeping track of like who's like the most level-headed, so we can appeal to those people to like appeal to more people.
Okay, wonderful. As you talk to the crowd, let's go ahead and have a charm roll. DC is going to be 30.
Oh, good. Okay.
First roll of the night, make it good.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, that was so close. I'm gonna spend an adversity token to make it explode.
Ooh.
Oh my god. So I rolled a 20 and then I rolled a 10. Well, I rolled a 19, which I turned into a 20, and then I rolled a 10. So I got exactly a 30.
Nice. That means that no one immediately begins to try to rip Asphira and anyone who speaks on behalf of her to shreds. So good job.
Good.
Well done.
However,
5 minutes of leeway.
Yes. However, the mayhem does not necessarily falter. Randolph pulls out a Tommy gun from a large duffel bag. And Fatima is actually cowering in the corner. She's just screaming, kind of endlessly. Her voice is already getting hoarse, and she has a high-pitched scream. There's really no direction that's being given to the other crews. And so all the like more underlings, like assistants and things that are there, are also losing their mind, but they don't have as much power as the higher ups. And so instead you just see them acting out their own madness. Some of them are clawing out their own eyes, and others are turning on each other. Things are happening fast. Liv, Cesar, and Kallie, you guys have gotten your marching orders, but you have noticed that Raymond's words are not really going to keep the peace for much longer. What are you guys doing?
I think Liv is just gonna sashay her way as close to Asphira as Asphira will let her get, and like try and like link arms with her.
Okay.
Everything's fine. She looks a little bit different, but she's still our friend. Just like Raymond said.
I will say, to get over Fatima screaming, you're going to have to probably speak a little louder or get people's attention.
Pretend I spoke louder, but I'm still recovering from my cold, so I can't.
Okay. So you're like kind of screaming this, trying to get over Fatima.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm doing like dramatic hand gestures with one of my arms,
Mm-hmm.
the one that's not linked around her.
Gotcha.
But not like frantic, scared ones. More like, hey, everyone pay attention to me. I'm your favorite one.
Okay. Cesar and Kallie, what are you guys doing?
Does Rudolph look like anything could set him off, or Randolph? Does he look like how twitchy is he looking?
Super twitchy. He is pointing a Tommy gun not just at Asphira, because you guys are right next to her. He is going to shoot all of you if he has to. He looks. Everyone looks maddened. They look like they have seen something that they could not truly process.
I want to turn over to Raymond. Get down for a minute, and then I'll basically just straight walk towards Rudolph, but also walk so that if he starts to point at me, his gun is aiming away from other people, and if he doesn't point at me, then he's not pointing at me, which is fine.
Okay, very nice.
But I'm heading straight for him.
Okay.
You said Kallie?
Yeah.
She's gonna be trying to. Is there like a staircase in the room that is open?
You guys decided to meet right in front of the dance floor that Fatima has at her club.
Okay, so we're already on the stage.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Right
Yeah,
next
just trying to be able to see from height, and just take note of everything and to direct people as needed.
Okay. So, trying to get a higher ground.
Yeah, higher ground if possible.
Okay. It sounds like you all have a plan. Let's get some rolls going. I think we'll start with Kallie, actually, who is trying to get a higher ground to kind of get people's attention, and then we'll do Cesar, and then we'll do Liv. So Kallie, to get up on a higher ground, you're going to have to get close to Fatima. So she is she's kind of in the corner. And so I think to get over her screaming, because she has not stopped yet, and to get enough people's attention, it's going to be a charm. And it's going to be a DC 25.
You know what die I have for charm, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I just push through her?
I mean, she's not trying to stop you. It's just that she is screaming at the top of her lungs. And
to get. Yeah. Okay.
And I'll even say that you can kind of tell that she is kind of contributing to some of the madness. Everyone is this place is loud and crazy. It's kind of insane right now. So if you guys want to get people's attention, it's going to have to be either loud or quick, or because violence is going to happen in the next couple of seconds.
Okay. I was just trying to think if I could try to physically mute her.
You can try to quiet her. It's just that you won't be able to do that and try to get the room's attention.
Okay. Got it. Yeah, I just don't think I'll be able to. We'll see. But yeah, a 25 is not something I think I can hit. That's a 2.
You get up on the high ground. It's just that now that you're right next to her, she is basically everything you're trying to say is being swallowed by her screaming.
Okay.
Cesar, you step in front of Randolph, and he does indeed swivel onto you.
How close am I to Randolph?
The dance floor is large, but there are a lot of people in here. All the members and anyone who is deemed important are kind of here because it is kind of an emergency meeting. So you're not far. You could rush and get to him. However, you are far enough to where if he presses the trigger, you are going to get pumped full of bullets.
Yeah. And does he appear to be the biggest threat in the room? At least the most armed?
I think if you want to take a glance around, I will give you that he is just certainly armed, but he's not the only one armed. It's just that the other people are either they don't know where to point it at. Everyone is mostly afraid of Asphira. However, they have heard Raymond, and so no one is shooting, but other people have guns.
In that case, I'll say to Randolph, Randolph, put the gun down. We don't want to start firefighting here. Not yet.
Okay. It's gonna be a charm.
Yeah, I know.
We'll say because you're not as close to Fatima, even though she's still screaming like a banshee, the DC is only going to be 20.
Alright, well, wish me luck. Oh, hey, that's a 6, which explodes, so we're getting there. That was another 6! Wait, we're at 12.
Okay.
Okay, I just needed one more 6, and then luck, 3. So 15.
Oh, so you got a 15?
Yeah, I ended up at 15.
Okay. He, as you are kind of still walking towards him, and he is looking at you, there is a madness in his eyes that is kind of unmistakably, I'm not really listening to anything you're saying.
Yeah.
And he's going to get himself ready to shoot.
Alright. Who's the closest person to me? Is it just there's some random bystander next to me?
Yeah, probably a random guy.
I'm grabbing him and putting him in front of me as I try to move sideways towards Randolph.
Okay. We will do Liv and then come back to you.
Yeah.
Liv, you are also trying to calm everyone down.
Yes.
So that is going to be a charm. However, I think the very fact that you are touching Asphira and trying to get people to look over in your direction is actually, unfortunately, going to have the opposite effect.
Oh, no.
Because the madness is being caused by what she looks like. So your DC is going to be 35.
Oh, Jesus. Doesn't my adorableness cancel out her horror?
Nope.
What if I use my enhanced and/or supernatural charisma?
You could.
Just as a +2.
You would still need to roll something.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to get the attention of everyone in here, or as many people as possible.
This I can explode 3 times.
Yep.
Oh boy, but I didn't. That's a 7.
Okay.
9 with my supernatural charisma.
People do hear your voice. They're it's almost like they're trained to it, like a dog whistle.
As they should be.
Yes, they're kind of like, oh wait, Liv's talking. Unfortunately, they look over, hoping, almost like, oh, I recognize that voice, and they want to see you, but they can't. They can only see this. What did I say? She was like 9 foot. Honestly, alien-looking creature in the 1930s. It's rough. It's a rough go for them to be able to handle this, and none of them are.
Look,
and so unfortunately, they don't hear anything you say. They just heard your voice, and they see you locked arms with her, and some of them immediately just go, "She's got Liv." And no. they all begin to train their weapons on Asphira and will rush her in a moment.
Oops.
Cesar, let's do you're trying to grab the guy next to you. Let's do a brawn just to see if you're able to grab him and get him in front. Actually, we'll do a brawn or flight to see if you're able to get him in front of you fast enough as Randolph pushes the trigger.
All right, let's see.
We'll say the DC for pulling him in front of you is going to be a 7.
All right, I just rolled and I got a 10.
Okay, you are definitely able to pull the random guy in front of you. However, now I'm going to roll Randolph's fight, and you are going to roll a grit because they are bullets. So let's see how that goes for you.
Yeah.
You have to beat an 11.
Alright, well, we can do it. I rolled a 1, so did not do it.
Okay. You all watch as you're trying to do your different things. You all watch finally the very first thing that pops off everything, which is the round of bullets coming out of the Tommy gun, completely lighting up this random guy, most likely one of Fatima's guys. And he is riddled with bullets, but unfortunately, some of those bullets go past him and thud into Cesar's chest. Cesar, go ahead and take a major wound.
Alright.
And that is what kind of brings everyone back to themselves. All those who were fighting each other, all those that were kind of clawing their eyes out, they stop and they remember who the enemy is. And now not only is it Aspira, it's all of you. As all of that happens, just this one quick moment of a bunch of bullets and silence as everyone turns over to you, everyone's attention is once again taken from your area, from where you guys are standing. This is supposed to be a secret meeting, so no one should know you're here except those that need to. But suddenly the front doors of the Candy Cane, which were locked and guarded by Fatima's men on the outside, violently swing open. And everyone, including you guys, except for Cesar, who is on the ground, turn to the door. Weapons still out, but the chaos is subsiding for a moment. In walks a scrawny and sickly man. You don't recognize him. Clearly a local, but not one of yours or anyone here. Immediately, he's followed by someone you've also never seen. Well, other people here have never seen. You all have seen this person. He's shrouded in black robes, impossibly tall, and has a featureless face. You all remember him and two others like him that came to Aspira's and essentially destroyed her area. And you all barely survived that fight. He walks in slowly. He has to duck under to fit under the door. His long black robe is kind of brushing against the floor. There is simply silence because, again, everyone had already kind of gone mad from seeing Aspira, but this is almost sobering. Like, I think at this point, everyone is realizing what's going on as another strange creature enters this area. Beside him, the man that walked in front of him is the one that speaks. He says, his name is Kay. At this point, everyone kind of understands that this is one of the wise men. And the man underneath him, that's he's quite short in comparison. He kind of opens his arms as if he is offering something to everyone. There's nothing in them. And he just goes, he offers you salvation. And this is when the silence breaks. Randolph kind of clicks back on, and so does his Tommy gun. Along with his weapon, every weapon in this place is now charging at this guy and this tall freak who they have no idea who he is. So they are lighting up these two guys. And the man that walked in front of him, he gets fully like a barrage of bullets, and he falls to the ground dead. They don't stop until you all hear like the click, of their weapons. It's kind of signaling that they've all run out of bullets. Kay is still standing. I need everyone to roll a grit, except Cesar.
Because he's unconscious.
Because he's gonna auto fail.
Cesar is conscious. He's just horribly wounded because he has several bullets in him.
I'm distracted.
But he doesn't need to roll a grit. The DC is going to be 100.
Oh,
No big deal.
You better explode 5 times.
Oh,
You never know.
You never know.
That's 7. Apparently, it's a night for 7s for me. That's not.
What's the highest number we've exploded to so far in this story?
30 something, maybe 40.
I thought it was 30 or 40,
Yeah?
but
Pretty good.
I don't know.
we're in there.
I mean, you can get pretty high with crazy explosions.
Yeah, it's true.
How did everyone do?
I got a 14,
Okay.
which is the best he's ever done.
Kallie got a 33. I went ahead and
Very nice.
put a little bit of grit to explode.
Woo!
Even though, I mean, it's been a little bit of adversity tokens.
You tried. You tried.
You tried.
I tried. I was like, let me see if I can do it twice. Nope.
Would have been glorious.
What did you get, Liv?
7.
So close.
So close. Only 93 away.
So close.
That's a round of adversity tokens on us.
Cesar. Yeah. Cesar, you are on the ground, and you have just kind of witnessed everything as everything kind of popped off. But you can't see as well because you're on the ground and you're kind of looking up, and there's mainly knees and feet in front of you. But you can still see Kay as he towers over everybody near the entrance. Kay's head scans basically from the left side of the room to the right side of the room, so that his head, or basically where his eyes would be, even though they are non-existent, it looks as if he is scanning the entire room, basically catching everyone in his periphery silently, as everyone is in shock that they have put literally all of their bullets into this guy and he's still standing.
The fuck?
And as his gaze, even though he has no eyes, passes over all of you, and other than Cesar, you all take a major wound.
Oh no. So, I already had one, but that one was from Betsy.
Right. This is for you guys, so you shouldn't have any wounds at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna make a new line.
This is how you got your wounds.
Got it.
Yeah. Liv's eyes just explode here. Someone's hand
God.
falls off.
It's like melt off her face.
Kind of. But let's start with Raymond.
Cool.
Raymond, you feel a sharp pain from right below the bottom of your spine, as you can feel something wiggling and pushing out of you.
What? No.
Kallie, your hands move kind of on their own volition. One of them, you're a strong woman, begins to choke you, while the other one reaches for one of your knives. Cesar, you watch in horror as Liv, Raymond, and Kallie basically mutilate themselves, as Liv is now on the ground and she is not trying to take her eyes out, but she is covering her eyes, screaming. And Liv, your mind and your vision just go completely black for some reason, and it basically just kind of feels like something is rummaging around behind your eye sockets.
For some reason, totally normal. Nothing to worry about.
As all of this is happening around you, since you were the only one not affected by this, not only are you three doing these things to yourself, but there's other things happening around you that you all can't perceive, except Cesar, because he's the only one that still has his mind. However, Cesar, you and Asphera are able to exchange a look between one another. Neither of you are probably going to survive this if you decide to try to fight Kay. However, you know that at the moment, it's just you two who are in some way able to like resist whatever's going on here. And so if it's not you two trying to at least get enough people out of here alive, everyone is going to die here. And so she is going to walk over to you and help you up. And as she puts her hand down and your hand gets clasped in hers and she picks you up, you no longer feel the pain of the bullets. They are still there, and you do still have a wound. You just no longer feel them.
Right. Is my crew, we spread out, or are the others just all right around each other?
Unfortunately, Kallie went to the stage, or like went to the other side where Fatima was. And so she's over there. Raymond was kind of behind you, and Liv was next to Asphera, who was also kind of on the other side of Raymond. So you guys aren't immediately close to each other. As she does pick you up, Raymond, you're kind of going in and out of consciousness. You can kind of feel coarse hair growing from your arms and your chest. And there is a tail that has grown out of the base of your spine.
Oh no!
As you look around, you see Fatima in the corner. She's no longer screaming, but she is crying and throwing up in the corner. She also seems to be going through some kind of transformation. You also see you and Cesar at this point kind of see that Randolph's gun is on the ground. You also see that he is dead. There's half of him on one side of the room and the other half on the other side. You have no idea what happened.
Cool.
Kallie, at this point, you were just trying to keep yourself from passing out, as like the knife that you've been holding clatters to the ground, and at this point, you were clutching your own hand in a severed stub.
Excellent.
And Liv, you were also kind of on the ground, covered in blood, covering your eyes.
Cool. Love that.
Cesar, you have bullets in you, but you can't feel anything. And you watch as Asphera makes a move to go towards Kay to do something. But she is moving quite quickly, and you can kind of see they're about to square up and do something.
Well, I don't want to mess with that, so I'm going to head towards the others as quickly as possible. I'll head for Raymond.
Okay. Raymond, as you look up at Cesar as he comes over to you, your senses are kind of going like haywire. Everything sounds extremely loud. Everything smells extremely harsh. And it seems like Cesar is like right in front of your face because you can see so sharply, but it's like almost painful. And there is also light in here, and the light is kind of burning your eyes.
Yeah. Oh no. So I'm gonna take out my silk handkerchief and like wrap it around my head as if it's like a blindfold, because it's very fine silk, so you can see through it if it's one layer.
Very nice.
And hopefully that will block out some of the light, and I'll be able to get some of my senses back.
Okay.
Do I really have a tail?
You do. It's flicking back and forth.
Oh man, this is awesome.
Yeah, Cesar, I'll say you're able to get to Raymond. And it's at this point that you see that they have Asphera and Kay have like I guess you would call it interlocked with one another. Like her fingers seem to be buried in his head, and his fingers are now long and sharp, and they are buried in her ribs. But they are not making any noise. They seem to be having some sort of internal or maybe psychic battle.
Great. Can I tell Ray is Ray? Does he look drastically different?
Oh, yes. He looks like he's turning into a were rat.
Frickin' were rats. But I can tell it's still Ray, or no?
Yes, I would say that you can kind of tell that the transformation has been stalled. So he didn't actually turn.
Okay. Ray, we need to get you out of here now.
Can I talk?
You know what? I don't think I gave the were-rats a voice. So I'm going to say yes, but you're not going to be able to have the same... Well, no, I'll say yes. You're still Raymond. Yes, you can.
Okay. Oh man, this feels really weird, man. Oh god, have you seen Taurus? Oh fuck. We gotta get some of our people out of here, or we're all gonna die. Grab Kallie. I'll grab Liv. We gotta run. We gotta skedaddle.
All right. I'll move towards Kallie.
Kallie, you have come back to consciousness, but you are losing the battle as you are losing a lot of blood. But you do kind of see a squiggly Cesar coming towards you.
Try to move towards him.
Is there any cloth nearby as I'm moving along, or on a table or anything like that?
I mean, everyone around here is wearing clothes, and this is a club, so there's probably tablecloths. As you go to Kallie, you are passing Fatima, who has stopped dry heaving at this point, but her clothes are ripping as a fleshy, bulbous, kind of almost melting flesh is kind of popping out of her dress, and she is now back to screaming.
I'll move a little bit quicker. I'll grab some sort of tablecloth or something as soon as I get over to Kallie. I'll try and pick her up, and then hopefully we'll be able to wrap this stump once we're safer.
Okay. I will say, I'll let you wrap her, but I'm going to need a grit check to see if you're able to pick her up.
Okay. All right.
DC, I think, for that, it's going to be a 15.
All right. Well, it is possible. 3.
You pick up Kallie, because you're so used to it, right? You just kind of pick her up and you're ready to go. You take one step and you both fall. Even though you can't feel the pain of what's going on, the bullets are still inside of you and you are still bleeding as well.
Well, that's wonderful. All right. Does it seem like it's not going to be possible for me to grab Kallie and me at the same time?
Kallie can walk. It's he's slow.
I've got this.
We need to move.
Fine. Just gonna walk it off.
Move.
Makes sense. I think while you guys are trying to figure out how to get her, where she needs to go, Raymond, you went to go get Liv. Liv, the pain has somewhat subsided, but that's because what was painful is now out of your body. And as you pull your hands away, you can feel, orbs of something cupped in your hands.
Oh, God.
But you cannot see.
Can I get to her?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm gonna get to her and just kind of grab her by the shoulders and try and lift her to her feet and just run for the nearest door, pushing her along. I'm not trying to carry her. I'm trying to get her to move on her own feet.
Okay. Okay. Let me. I think for that, I think you're able to pick her up, and you two can move. You just will be both very slow. Kallie and Cesar, how are you guys doing?
I think mostly one step at a time.
Yeah, Callie's gonna try to go as fast as she can.
Okay. It sounds like it's going to be flights from all of you.
Yeah.
I will say, I will give you 2 rounds of flights to get out of this room. If you do not do that in 2 rounds, you will be noticed by whatever is happening in this room to the many other people that were in this room who are kind of still alive. They have been also going through something that you guys have kind of been focusing on each other. Or, of course, Asphira and Kay could unlock at any moment, and his attention could go to you guys. So for this first round, it's going to be a flight. DC is going to be a 10 to get completely out of the room.
Hey, 14.
I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
I also rolled a 1, so.
Oh my god.
Okay.
8.
Okay. Raymond and Liv, you two are able to get to like the side. You're not able to get to the front door because he came in the front door, and so he's still in front of the front door. But you are able to take a side area. I would say, Raymond, you know this place pretty well. You've been here a long time. Liv, you know this place pretty well. Unfortunately, you can't see anything, so you wouldn't really be able to navigate well. However, I will say, Raymond, you're able to get Liv to the door of this side area, and you're able to put her like inside of that room, and she is outside of the room. However, right before you follow her, you turn around and you see that Kallie and Cesar are on the other side of the room. And so you turn back for them.
Yeah.
What a good boss.
Cesar and Kallie, you see Raymond heading towards you. There are going to be a couple of people in this room that are going through some things. The one closest to you two, Kallie and Cesar, is Fatima. So I am going to roll her flight as she, does something. Let's see. And both of you are going to roll your flight or fight, depending on what you want to do as you see her come towards you. You need to beat a 17.
Wonderful.
Who needs to get a 17? Me?
Kallie and Cesar.
Oh, okay, good.
And what's that?
You're going to roll a 17. Okay, you have to roll a flight or fight, depending on what you're doing.
Oh.
As Fatima notices both of you.
That's a 5.
I got a 7. I have the adversity to explode it, but it would be a long shot.
Okay. Fatima is sort of going through a transformation, and so she grabs onto one of you. I'll say, since you were the lower one, she grabs onto Kallie, and she's trying to, you can kind of see it in her eyes, even though there's both blood, pus, and tears coming down her eyes, as her face is kind of cracking and transforming. But she is trying to like grab you, and she's trying to say like, help me, help me. But in the middle of saying help me, you watch as like a row of teeth like start to grow in the inside of her mouth because she's so close to you. but she's holding on to Kallie at this moment. Raymond, you make your way across. I'll say that we'll just take that flight and say you just make your way across while all of that is happening, and Liv is safely outside the room. So now we're going to do a second round, but this time, before we do that, I need Kallie and Cesar to let me know what your reaction is to Fatima.
I think Callie's trying to push away.
I think this is some of the freakiest stuff I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Raymond, you find Kallie and Cesar. They are basically trying to get Fatima off of them. And this is the first time you see Fatima up close, as she's crying, but also clearly transforming into something dangerous.
Cool. Am I close enough to them now to reach people? All right. I know what this is. It started with the screaming, and now it's just full-blown female hysteria. I'm gonna slap the shit out of her.
Okay. That sounds like a brawn, since you're using your hand.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's going to be against her flight.
Great. Which dice are you?
Got to beat a 15.
Oh, no. Hiya! Oh, that's not a 15. It's a 10.
You go to slap her, and in a millisecond, her head whips to you, and the one row of teeth that was kind of growing inside of her mouth is now 5 rows of teeth. And she is going to try to devour your hand.
No.
As she kind of just goes fully over it. And you already have a major wound, but you're going to take a minor wound as well.
No.
And now, instead of trying to get back, I need Kallie, Raymond, and Cesar to all once again make flight rolls. And I'm also going to make a roll for Asphira to see how she's holding on. It's going to be a brawn for her, which is not great. Well, no, she's doing a psychic. She's doing an ability, actually. It's going to be a... Okay. Okay. What did you guys get?
I've rolled.
I got a 6. Oh.
Sorry, what was that?
You go, Cesar.
I got a 13. Yep. Sorry for interrupting.
It's okay. I got a 6.
Okay. Did I say the DC? DC is 6.
Okay.
Oh, it was low. Kallie exploded a bunch, and it was 23.
Yes.
Okay. I think Kallie's getting a
picks up
second
fever.
wind after being accosted by Fatima and basically kind of
Let me
seeing...
get away from that.
Yeah, kind of seeing a vision of her fate.
Oh, Fatima. No. I can't help you. I cannot.
I'll say that you were all able to cross the rest of the way to get back to the room where Liv is. As you all are booking it across the dance floor, you see kind of on the corner of your eye, the K kind of grab Fatima or grab Asphira and kind of fling her across the room, and she hits one of the walls and slides down. But you all are able to walk into the side room and close the door.
Well, thank God Liv couldn't see that.
Somebody grab Liv and keep moving.
This is a little supply room, and you are able to kind of find, the back rooms that will take you down to the sewers. I'll also say that if you want to, you can try to, grab some things on the way, bandages, whiskey from one of the barrels, just to kind of help you guys as you run out of there, as well as to kind of hopefully stop some of the bleeding. I'll say that Cesar's bleeding will be a little bit more difficult because his is chest issues and like ribs and like his fat area. But things like Kallie and Liv, they can be bandaged up.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the handkerchief off of my eyes and put them over Liv's eyes and soak it in whiskey.
Okay. You do that, and when you take the bandana off of and the scarf off of your eyes, in this dark area, you can see perfectly well.
Sick.
Mm-hmm. I'll say you guys are able to begin to navigate your way out. You do hear the door behind you start to like rattle, as you know that Kay knows where you went and is going to follow you.
The sewers. Everybody down.
You are all now in the sewers. It is dark and musty, as it always is. However, these sewers you guys are fairly familiar with, but not as familiar as in your own turf. So I will say Raymond is up front since he can actually see. There is no light down here. And I'll say that Liv needs to be, held or led by someone since she can't see. And then Kallie also probably needs to be, someone needs to be next to her. Because she's still losing quite a lot of blood. I'll say you guys get a couple of feet in. You're making your way as much as possible. It is dark, it's cold, and at this point, Cesar, a couple of minutes into this walk, I think it's at this point, unfortunately, the pain comes back. Comes back slowly at first, but you know that once it does come back, it's going to be bad news. Liv, you have been in kind of like continued pain. I think you're just a bit confused because I don't think you 100% understand what happened with your eyes. However, you are able to keep walking. And Kallie, you're not doing great. Things are rough for you. You have lost a lot of blood. And I think, unfortunately, because even though you guys wrapped up the wound, it was a very heavy wound, and it wasn't like it was stitched. So I'll say that as you guys are making your way, Raymond is the one out of all of you who is actually doing okay. And unfortunately, and unfortunately, Raymond, because you're leading the way, I also think you feel a little at home in the sewer. Very different than you have before. Like you've always felt like okay here, but man, you feel like you're faster. You feel like you can see better. You can hear everything. And so you are walking. You can hear them behind you, but unfortunately, you haven't gotten used to your new ears. Everything feels and smells and seems close. So as you're walking, kind of in your own little mania, because you need to make sure that you all get out of here, you are walking too fast as everyone behind you continues to lose blood and slows down.
I knew I was a rat, but geez.
I think the first to pass out is probably Liv, actually, because yours is closest to the brain.
I have a very weak constitution, guys.
And so Cesar, even though At this point, your pain is coming back. You can try again to pick her up.
Oh, how loyal am I? Fine, I'll give it a go.
How tired of Liv's bullshit are you is the main question.
It's alright, I heal quick. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Your DC, I think, is going to be a 6 for grit.
Oh, well, that's something I can do. You know what? I'm going to spend some tokens and just match it for 6.
Okay. Yes. But before Liv hits the deck, you're able to catch her real quick, put her over your shoulder. However, that extra weight is really gonna, it's beginning to kind of add pressure to some of the wounds that you have, other than just your chest wounds. And that's going to get worse and worse as you walk.
Right.
But you do have her. I think the second, though, to pass out will be Kallie. And I think as you guys are walking, I think at this point, Cesar, you realize that Raymond is too far ahead and he needs to slow down.
Right. Ray, hold up. I can't carry all of them.
Raymond, you don't hear this.
Oh no. Wait, but I hear so good right now.
You do. You hear their footsteps, but you don't hear his voice. You hear other things. You hear squeaks and something else you can't put your finger on. You're not sure where it's coming from, but it's pulling your attention. And you're trying to both get to it quickly, but also making sure that you can hear the three of them behind you, which they are.
Help, we need help. I gotta get the help. I gotta get the people. I gotta get the things, stuff. The things ahead, there's stuff. I'm gotta get it. Gotta get help. Get the family. Yep.
Cesar, you watch as Raymond's back as he basically kind of disappears, and your vision also begins to get blurry, but you're snapped back into alertness because you hear Kallie pass out behind you. Unfortunately, as you turn around, you see a figure walking. You don't hear their footsteps, but you know who it is. It's Kay. And they are walking towards Callie's unconscious body.
All right. Callie's passed out. She's gone. Or Liv's passed out. She's bleeding and dying. I think we do some... I forget the right turn. I'll set Liv down and just start to move off.
You do that. And we will cut from that because we kind of already know what happened from Cesar's memory. And we will follow Raymond. Raymond, you have just kept going. Your senses have gotten, I would say, better, but also worse. They've kind of taken over your regular senses. And so it's been really difficult to focus, really difficult to stay on task. But you find yourself getting all the way to where you needed to go very quickly, way quicker than you have before. And before you know it, you are at Gerald's hangout. And you realize that the noises you were hearing that you couldn't identify, but were really loud in your head, were the were-rats that he keeps in the cages in his hangout. And as you enter, they all look over at you and begin like yipping and growling and like basically tearing at the gate, as you walk past them.
Ah, the family.
And you see Gerald. He is in his back office. He has his radio on and he's kind of like listening. It is a emergency broadcast that's happening across the city. He's kind of like he has like a cigarette and a glass of whiskey out, and he's just like sitting there listening to it. And he kind of looks over at the entrance of his door to yell at the were-rats to shut up because they're making a lot of noise now, and sees you. And he just kind of stands up. Holy shit, Raymond.
Gerald, how you doing, pal?
He kind of looks you up and down. I don't know how to say this. I'm gonna be as nice as I can about this, but Raymond, you look like a rat.
Yeah. Weird, huh? Look, pal, could you, like, let the family go so that we could save the rest of the city, huh? Huh? Could you, buddy?
What? And the howl of the were-rats gets so loud and like the jangling of their cages that y'all can't even hear each other. And he's also really freaked out by whatever this is that he's looking at. And just like, okay, yeah, come with me. I don't know what's going on here. He kind of takes you to another area that is a little quieter.
There's something following us, something big, something scary, something bad.
Who's we?
We gotta let free the family.
What?
We gotta let them go, buddy.
I don't know who you're talking about, Raymond, but you look insane.
I feel insane.
In this room, you see a large item that's leaning up against the wall. Okay, how about you take a seat and
No, what's that? It's a leaning thing. It's a thing. It's leaning. What is it?
he kind of looks at it and looks back at you. It's a. Do you want me to call somebody for you?
Nope.
Does Cesar know you're here?
Nope, we'll be dead in seconds if we don't get going. We gotta go fast. We gotta get the family and go. We gotta go. What's the leany thing?
All right. Okay. All right. He shows you it is basically, it looks like a giant item, and it's been covered, and he takes the cover off, and it is a giant axe. He just kind of goes, yeah, I got this commissioned from Geraldine. What? I know I've said this a couple of times now, but what is going on?
Shiny, sparkly, could probably kill QK? I don't know, letter name guy. Bad, very bad. We gotta get the family out. We gotta get out, Gerald!
Okay.
Everybody's gonna die.
He pours you a whiskey and hands it to you. Yeah, relax, friend.
I'm gonna hold it in like T-Rex arms and like lick at it with my little tongue nose. And then put it down and then walk back and forth and touch the pretty axe. And then go back to Gerald and ask him where the keys are. Where's the keys, man? We gotta let the family loose. We gotta get out. We gotta get out of here, man. It's bad. They're all dead. I stopped hearing the footsteps. Oh, I stopped hearing the footsteps.
So the footsteps to
Kallie, and Cesar, and Liv. They're all gone. They're gone. They're in the sewer. They're in the sewer somewhere. In the sewer.
Right. Okay. Let's just both take a deep breath, right? I don't really know what's going on, but before he can finish that sentence, you both begin to hear the cages breaking as these were-rats have been gnawing their way out of it ever since they saw you walk in, which freaks him out. And he's going to go and run and grab the axe. It's like, okay, well, now we got to go.
Yeah. Come on, fam. I'm going to run out the office and past him, hoping the rats are going to follow us all.
As you run out to where the rats are, they do not follow you. They are going to attack you.
Ah, bummer.
So either it's going to be a flight or a fight.
Well, I'm not really the fight dude. So if they're gonna attack, I guess I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay. I think you come out kind of hoping that they're on your side. They all look at you with murderous intent and begin to charge, and you run back. And Gerald's just kind of standing there with the axe, like, "What the hell are you?" And so he
Not our
has,
friends.
he has
Not our
another
friends, not
way
the fam.
out.
Let's go.
So I'm going to do a flight roll for them, and I'm going to do a flight roll for Gerald, and you're going to do a flight roll for yourself. These creatures are, they're fairly fast, actually. So you got to beat, oh no, they got a 1.
Yeah.
Gerald.
Oh, did it.
Gerald, we got a 2.
Yep,
what'd you
that's what I got too.
Lovely. Yeah, you both
Ditto.
book it out. You are able to make it out, but just barely. And unfortunately, Gerald is not able to close the door behind him as you guys go through a secret entrance. And so you guys are just booking it for quite some time, hearing the howls and the footsteps of these were-rats as they chase you all through the paths that Gerald has to make it easier to navigate the back passages of the sewers into the rum runner lines that he goes on. You guys are just being chased down. I'll say that eventually they do catch up to you. I'll say that Gerald is probably trying to take you guys somewhere he thinks it would be safe. So maybe up to Geraldine's or maybe even to your place. However, you guys don't get very far. You guys probably get halfway to your place. At this point, you and Gerald are basically being surrounded by were-rats. And also at some point, another wise man kind of comes out of the shadows. This one is not Kay. It's the one that used the black, like, shadow tentacles as a weapon in Aspheras. This one comes out of the shadows as you guys are making your dash or making your escape from the were-rats, and they are going to attack both of you. So I'm going to need a flight or fight against their fight.
Okay.
Got to beat a 14.
Can I use brawn to try and break out of the back? Huh?
Sure.
Yes. Well, that was fine. What was the number I was trying to beat?
14.
Nope. I got a 9.
Okay. So you basically get surrounded in like an underground old mine that has been used by the rum runners for a long time, and this new wise man grapples both you and Gerald, but Gerald is able to escape because he uses his weapon, and you black out.
Cool.
So all of that happens, and some time goes by until you open your eyes again. And when you awake, you are hanging upside down, and you look below you, and you see Gerald wielding a weapon, fighting something you can't see, and you pass out again. The next time you wake up, though, which is some time later, you are looking up at Geraldine, and you are not hanging upside down anymore. You are sitting on the ground, and Geraldine is looking at you. All around her are dead were-rats, and she is holding Gerald's axe. She kind of has you sitting up against one of the walls in like this cavern. And she just kind of looks at you. Raymond, you look like a rat.
Yeah. Maybe. Yes. Magic everywhere. There's so much magic. Look out for the crazy wise men. Oh man, they're gonna kill everybody.
Where's Gerald?
Gerald. We were in the tunnels. We got surrounded by more rats. Rats look like me, not me, but not fam. Bad on the side of the bad guys. Yep, bad.
Okay.
Oh, axe. We gotta get the axe. The axe probably gonna need to go to Cesar. Cesar got magic. Cesar could do some magic, kind of. He wasn't as scared as the rest of us. The rest of us really scared. Everybody's scared. Everybody's dying. Everybody killed. Maybe everybody dead.
Okay. She just stands up, and she is huge. Puts the axe on her back, picks you up with one hand and kind of pulls you over her shoulder, and she begins to walk back to her territory. And with that, we all get caught up, sort of, up to about where we ended, where all of you are at the hospital, and Raymond is somewhere, but you heard him over the radio talking to Gerald. Now that we are kind of back where we were, let's see what everyone is doing back in the present. In the hospital, in a silent city, Cesar, Kallie, and Liv, fresh from being quote unquote healed, you are all able to look at each other right now. Having just heard Gerald say he was at Geraldine City and that he was going into Russo's estate, and hearing Raymond's voice urging him to hurry up.
So I have eyes again?
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
What color were your eyes before?
I think they were green.
Pretty.
What color are they now?
They are, I'll say they're kind of, well, you don't have pupils. But I guess where the pupils would be, it kind of looks pinkish, but like pink with a little bit of white. And then there's like a ring of white, like around that pupil. And then the rest of your eye is like a milky white.
Cool. Can I see out of them?
You certainly can see.
Why do I think there's a butt coming?
As you kind of look up and you can see Kallie and Cesar, and Betty is there, and I think Seamus is also there, and Lawrence, you also kind of remember something. You remember when you were passed out for a long time, or perhaps when you were in the hospital. You do remember hearing a voice in your mind. It was a Sphera. You remember kind of like standing in like a landscape that was colored kind of a dusty rose. There was like a red fog all around you, and there's like an endless landscape, and there's like no walls. And you remember having a conversation with a Sphera who was looking at you in her human form in this place. And so when you kind of are looking at things, you do see people, I guess, kind of normal, but there's something also kind of off. Like almost like you can maybe see things from the periphery of your vision that you've never seen before.
Cool. Do I remember what the contents of this conversation was?
Give me a brains roll. Let's say the DC was... Actually, I don't know if she would hide it. Let's say... Let's do a charm versus the brains. It's going to be Asphira's charm. She has none.
Hey, opinions differ.
You have to you have to be the 2.
4.
Okay.
So barely.
Literally.
Sweet baby Liv.
You remember her saying something to you. She told you that there is no winning this war. Not here and not now. She said that she knows what these creatures are, and they're from where she's from. She then kind of talked a little bit about how she thinks they need to return, but that means all of them, including her. And then she touches her hand to your forehead, and her fingers melt into your skin, and you can almost feel it press into your skull. And she shows you like a vision of where she's located. And she also gives you instruction on what to do when you see her, but you don't remember what the instruction was.
Cool.
You simply know that when you do see her, it will happen.
Love that. Where is she? Where did it look like she was?
It looks like she's a prisoner in somewhere in the Russo's mansion.
Okay. Does Kallie have her hand back?
What is everyone doing? And then I'll see what you all notice.
I guess.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I guess Cesar's just standing by the bed, seeing what happened.
Okay. Yeah, Liv looks kind of the same. And she doesn't have the same eyes, but she does have eyes.
Good enough.
Yeah, is this are Liv and Kallie in the same room, or is it just Liv and Cesar now?
Yeah, I'll say that I think you were the last person to come out of surgery, and so Kallie is probably also in a bed, but in the same area, and you're in a bed, but Cesar's walking.
Wow, Cesar, you look like you've had a hard day.
It's not been a good day, no. But we got Kallie back. And looks like you're doing better.
Better than I was, for sure. Kallie, are you awake? Is Kallie dead?
At this point.
Is Kallie dead?
Yes.
Kallie, go ahead and give me, as you kind of are coming to, let me get a grit roll. I think the DC is going to be an 8.
I rolled an 8.
Okay. For a moment, as you hear your name, for just a second, you almost didn't remember, but then you did. And so as you kind of look over at Liv, before you're able to speak, you get a horrific flashback of what you basically remember after passing out in the sewers, which is waking up alive but tied to a chair for some reason, being dragged into the darkness, and then passing out again, waking up again, but now you're on a cold floor, and you can hear a very disturbing like sound, and it kind of, as you look around the room, you mostly see darkness, and then suddenly you see a massive creature shuffling in your direction. You hear like a crack coming from somewhere. You realize that you're not tied to a chair anymore, but you are still tied up. And so you're trying to get free, but you are not fast enough as you watch a gigantic mouth just begin to devour you from your feet up.
Lovely.
And you stay conscious until you pass out, just as you realize that the creature who is devouring you is a mutated Fatima.
Oh God.
Lovely. Not screaming at all.
Nope. Just going down like a pill. And then you woke up here. And so you were kind of like staring at the ceiling for a minute, remembering that. And then you hear Liv.
Eyes open. Hi? I'm not inside Fatima anymore?
Well, it's good to see you're not dead.
You know, under other circumstances, I'd really love to make a joke about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did set myself up there. Oh, goodness. So. Is this, we're alive? This isn't hell?
We've been through hell.
Jury's still out on that one.
Betty Boop pops in. Oh, hi, y'all. No, you're not dead.
Oh, hi,
Could
Betty.
you maybe get some better so we can go save the boss?
Oh, yeah. Sounds like Ray's with Gerald.
Liv and Kallie, your major wounds have been taken off. However, Kallie, Cesar, your gift brought Kallie back to life, but she had well lost the hand by then. So I will roll something to see if they were able to do something about that. Let's do a toss-up. Kallie, heads or tails?
Tails.
Heads. You have basically a porcelain prosthetic hand that is now attached with. I mean, this isn't really steampunky, but there's magic. Why not? That's attached with like a piston, like leather mechanical device, and that is now your hand.
Okay. This is odd.
Wow, you are all taking this incredibly well.
There's not much left inside here.
What haven't we seen at this point?
It's mostly the shock, I think. Do we know where Raymond is?
He's with Gerald. Under the, you know where Geraldine's like secret city is?
Oh, sure.
He's supposedly down there with Gerald hunting something. Don't know what.
Well, we should get to him and then get to the Russo mansion. That's where Aspira is.
And, remind me, why are we not just leaving town? I mean, this place is burning.
Yes, Sweden's very nice. We could just go there.
We gotta at least get Raymond before we jump town.
Alright, fine. Crow, yeah. One more roll of the dice.
Put on shit.
I will say that you are all healthy enough to make your way out of the hospital. You can also grab, some extra things on your way out, gauze and whatnot, if you need to. And the doc, who is the person who fit Callie's breast prosthetic, will also kind of see you all out as you leave, and she'll kind of give you like a little syringe of something. So like, just in case you guys need a booster. It's been a crazy, wild day or a couple of days, and I've seen some crazy stuff. So
You just pass these out. Do I put it in my pocket? What do I?
Yeah, there's a cap on it. You'll be fine.
Thanks, Doc.
Thanks.
Couldn't do it without you.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, see if that works.
This booster is basically a heal of a major wound.
Nice.
Nice. Look, we're going after Raymond. That's gonna happen. But do we want to have Seamus and Betty and Lawrence whip up an escape route if things go south? Maybe get a way out of Dodge?
I mean, yeah, we could whip that up for you. We found the boat. It still works.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys could bring that up to, what is it, north side? South side? I can't even remember where the Roosters freaking live at this point.
Well, let's look at what the city looks like. Here we are. Lovely. Just like you remember it. Looks like if you wanted to go where the Russos used to be, it would be up north.
All right.
It looks like there's a river that goes up there. The city is no longer on fire. It's just smoking with like burning buildings, but they're no longer burning, just burnt.
Progress.
Mm-hmm. So the companions are going to find a route while you guys head up north.
Yes.
Yeah, some
After
sort of
Lawrence
escape
empties
route.
out the vending machine.
Okay. Let's have Betty, Seamus, who else? Let's have the companions roll a let's do a brains roll collectively, just to kind of see if they're able to navigate the city well, or how long it takes them to navigate, really.
So I'm real smart. This will be fine.
We're gonna combine them. So if we can get a 10, then they're fine.
Betty got a 7.
Do these explode or no? For this roll?
No,
Seven,
straight
7
roll.
for Eric.
I got a 4.
And what did everyone else get?
Lawrence got
7.
8.
Dang, we scored high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. They are able to organize, make a plan of how they're going to get back up to where they left the boat. Maybe Tracy will still be there. Or not Tracy, Minnie. What's her name? Why do I forget that girl's name every time?
It's M something.
Maybe she'll be there. She was in the hideout, but they have made a plan to get there, to get the boat, to take the boat up the river, to meet you all at the top of the river that goes up north, and meet you all to get on the boat and make your way back out to Lake Michigan. That is the plan.
Great plan. Glad to see they've bonded.
Yeah.
They're a good team. If you guys don't make it out, they'll be fine.
Yeah, round 2, I guess.
Yeah, go sidekicks.
Yeah, they're good kids.
All right. Are you all, as you all part with your companions one more time, as they go and do their little side mission, which I guess now has to be a side mission that we record now, but they're
One shot.
extra content.
Make it just the craziest one shot.
That is exactly what that sounds like. As they break off to go off, and does Betty have anything to say as she, leaves them to rescue Raymond?
Look, the boss was real worried about Doris, so if you see her, just, pick her up. I couldn't find her in the office, so she's missing somewhere.
Oh, don't worry. We'll keep an eye out for her. Nothing's going to keep her away from Raymond forever.
I hope not.
I mean, with the way he is now, maybe she'll find her way to him or something.
The way he is now?
He was not looking too good.
What do you mean?
Oh, dear.
Lots of hair and tails.
What?
Cesar,
Look,
drinking
I
again?
said what I said, and I do not have the energy to say more.
I said what I said. All right. The companions part on to get the boat. Liv, Kallie, and Cesar. How are you going to get from the hospital, which is basically in the center of the map, to the north side? The sewers are pretty dangerous, seeing as how they're kind of full of, I guess, the escaped were-rats. The top was dangerous last time you checked because it was kind of burning, but also there were a bunch of goons around, but you haven't been outside in a while. But two options.
Has anyone told me about my giant bug?
Nah.
Dang it.
You can look down at your wrist and see that it's no longer there.
Would I have an idea that it's now a giant that rescued me, or?
I don't think so, but you had a telepathic relationship with it.
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
What a weird life for Liv. I don't think she would think to call on it now unless she knew it was a giant thing that could help. So,
If it's something you bring up, Cesar would mention something, but outside of that,
No.
I ain't talking about it.
no, I don't think she'd think to bring it up.
All right. Is there anything you all want to do in the hospital, in this part of the city, or anything that you want to investigate before you continue up?
This is gonna sound a little redundant, but we might want to get a better change of clothes. We're gonna draw a lot of attention covered in this much blood and sewer.
Cesar, I will never complain about a wardrobe change.
Good.
You're all worried about clothing. We're all probably still going to die, and you're worried about clothing.
Well, if we're
I'm
gonna
worried
die, we
about
should look our
drawing the
best.
wrong kind of attention.
From who?
I don't even know at this point.
Do you think they're not aware of the things that are topsy-turvy with, the people we work with?
I'm
things
more
we
worried
do.
about some random street urchin calling the cops on 3 people covered in blood.
Well, there's one way to figure out what the outdoors looks like.
Got it.
I would say that Liv and Kallie are still probably in like surgery gowns. So you guys would have to get dressed. You can ask the doc if they have some clothes.
Do you have any cute clothes?
We have a dressing gown that's pink with flowers on it.
Well, you take what you can get.
Do you have some like extra scrubs for like a doctor or something?
Actually, yeah.
I mean, is there
I think
anyone?
I'd rather wear that.
Is there
Okay,
anyone
she'll go
around
in
who's
there.
not going to need their clothes anymore?
I mean, Caesar, you could create that, but
I mean, we have had a bunch of people come in and not be so successful in the surgery room. However, I don't think their clothes look any better than you guys's.
I mean, these two are in scrubs, so anything's better than that.
You guys can go down to the morgue. That's the best I got.
So
Wouldn't
what,
be the
your
worst thing I've done
options are
today.
Looking like a doctor or stealing clothes off a corpse?
Yep.
Which would you rather go invade enemy lines dressed as?
I guess whatever's least bloody. That way, when I bleed on it, I'll know it's mine.
probably the doctor scrubs, unless they've also been attacked, all of them. So.
Are we heading over on surface or sewers? I would not recommend the sewers.
Well, I guess surface then.
All right. How about you guys find something to wear, and I'll go take a look outside and just see how things are.
Yes, find us a vehicle, Caesar.
Be careful.
Aye, aye. Will do.
The doc takes Liv and Kallie over to kind of like the area where people have been changing out clothes. Some of them are coming out of the washing or the dryer, and she's trying to see if any of them fit you. Cesar, you go out and pop your head out into what was once bustling Chicago. It is now a ghost town. Foggy, with dust from rubble of all of the buildings that have collapsed, and a pretty like thin layer of pollution from all of the burning that's happened and put out. So it looks like a fog. No one is driving, no one's talking, no one's outside. Everyone is either hiding or dead.
Great. That's gonna make hiding difficult. Is there anyone nearby with coats? I'd like to rob some people for, like, thick coats.
There are bodies.
Ah, well. That'll work too.
Okay. We'll say you make your way around while you're waiting for Liv and Kallie. While you're out there, if you're trying to be stealthy, go ahead and give me a flight roll to see how that goes.
All right.
And then Liv and Kallie will have you guys changing and then meeting up with Cesar. Let's make the DC. Oh, actually, hold on. I need to pull up some stats.
Uh-oh.
Don't mind me.
I got eyes on the hospital. We're in trouble.
Ugh.
I'm gonna. Okay. So it's gonna be flight against. All in really brains. I'm gonna say it's actually gonna be flight against fight. I think because so that's gonna be a D12 for whatever's around you. So you have to beat a 6.
Right. I rolled a 2, and I don't want to spend the tokens to beat it, because that would be all of them.
Okay. You you make your way out. You do find a couple of bodies. You're kind of like looking and seeing if you can find something that will fit you. You're a big guy. These are just regular sized people. And so you don't actually find anything that will actually fit your frame. However, what you do see as you like check one body, then you check another one real quick, as you stand up, you are looking over one of the vehicles, and on the other side of the street is once again one of those strange, like fleshy, weird men that you guys came in contact with earlier today, which I don't even think Cesar saw because you were unconscious at the time. But there's one that is across the street staring straight at you, eyes wide and bulging, not moving, and deathly still.
I'm just gonna keep my eyes on it and start to back towards the hospital.
You are continuing to look at it as you kind of back away, make your way back to the hospital. I'll say that you get to the door before, as you just as you dip in, you see another one down the street, kind of appeared out of nowhere, also staring at you as you disappear into the hospital.
Well, the sewers it might be then.
I think Liv and Kallie, you guys have your outfits. Nothing fancy. Just purple and blue scrubs.
Oh, you never know. Maybe we'll start a trend or something.
Yes, you've set a lot of trends yourself, Liv. So, yes, of course.
You guys see Cesar in the lobby.
Okay. Coast clear?
No, we're gonna have to head down through the sewers. We got eyes outside.
Oh. Oh, okay. That went real well for us last time.
Yeah. But we got a couple of bug-eyed freaks outside who, I don't know, I think they communicate to each other at least.
Okay, just because things have gotten weird, I need to clarify. Do they actually have bug eyes, or?
Just eyes sticking out of their faces. Pretty.
What if we all dressed up like doctors? They would never know.
I don't know if there's a
Would
pair
be
of
the
scrubs
most-
big enough for me.
He'd be the most jack doctor I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I know my way around a body, but I wouldn't.
And a
be
bone saw.
doctor. That's true. Good work, I guess. If you want, you guys can take a look at the doors, see if you can spot them. They might still be there, I'm not sure.
Sure. I will peek out the doors.
You don't see anybody.
Cesar, I don't see anyone.
But we know enough to know that doesn't mean they're not there. Either that or they went to tell the boss we're here, in which case we should probably get going.
Fair point.
Well, you want to risk it or we're going downstairs?
I thought you said the sewers were too dangerous.
They are, but upstairs might be dangerous as well.
Are there giant worms?
Upstairs?
Anywhere. I saw one. I was eating.
Oh, yeah, fat Nema. There was a giant beetle downstairs, so we have that to look forward to. And a bunch of rats.
Oh. Giant beetle?
Yeah.
And are
Big
they like
green.
Raymond's rats or?
No, more like the one we killed at the touring company.
Oh. Oh, so you believe now?
Yeah, something like that. Well, we going outside?
So
And-
you guys, there isn't a direct place from the hospital. You'll have to go to the closest sewer entrance, even if you take the sewer. So you'll still have to go outside. It's just, where are you going? Are you going directly into the sewer, which is like around the corner from the hospital, or are you trying to find a route up north on the street?
We could always take back alleys, and then if we need to, duck into the sewers.
That's true.
Hey, you've been up and about longer than I have. I trust your judgment.
Yeah, I'd say let's try outside, see how things go, and if we need to, we'll bug downstairs and hope they don't come after. We got the axe though, so should be able to take care of some of these guys.
Okay. You all poke your heads out front. You all see the same thing Cesar saw, a dead city. Let me get a flight roll from everyone. And it's going to be, once again, against their fight. So it's going to be a D12. And I will say that we'll take the highest here. Or maybe we'll do a group. Let's see what you got to pass. You have to beat a 1.
Amazing. 18.
23.
Talk about wasting high rolls.
I know, right?
We're gonna need
3.
those later.
Okay.
We got you
Good job,
covered.
Kallie. You did it.
Kallie's like
we're-
tripping in the scrubs.
So you guys are deciding to like avoid the streets, take the back roads,
Yeah.
back alleys, if you can. And normally, because you're going through territories, generally you'd be going through the Volkov's territory usually, or you'd have to go over to where you guys' territory is. Unfortunately, all territories are gone. So now you're just going in the Wiseman territories. So I'll say that you guys are able to take the back alleys quietly and quickly. Once in a while, as you're going through like some of the apartment buildings, you'll see just like a flicker of someone, high up in one of the buildings, in like one of the duplexes or like the apartment buildings. You just kind of see a flutter of their like window shade or curtain, but everyone pretty much stays inside who is alive.
With that high roll that I got, could I have grabbed a coat along the way and just use it to cover up the axe so it's not visible from a distance? Or at least
Sure.
harder to tell what it is?
I'll say you guys get, with this flight roll, pretty good. I'll say you guys get from like the center of the map, essentially, taking the back roads, you get probably up to the river, the river part straight up. And I think in there you're all able to kind of loot, essentially, find some things, pick up some things. And so yes, I'll say that you're able to get a coat, at least for the hammer or the axe. I'll also say you could probably find, like, if you guys are looking for anything else, it's technically January, so you guys do have scrubs, and so you might need some winter gear, so you guys can just pick up whatever you find on the way. You guys get up to the river, and as you continue to go, Raymond, about a few minutes ago, before you told Gerald to harrow up, in fact, not a few minutes ago, a day ago, you have been actually in the city, this trash city that is run by Geraldine. She picked
The
you
one
up.
that was exploded?
It wasn't when you went there.
Oh, bummer.
No, when you got there, when she took you there, it is a bustling little city. Children, parents, like families, like people live here and just try to stay away from main society that are under the left hand. And so it was still working fine. Geraldine kind of explained to you that the reason why she was in the caverns, in the coal mines, is because a couple of were-rats had like found their way in the city, and she had been backtracking them after she had killed them. She'd been trying to find out how they got in, because the city is actually quite hard to get into unless you know how to get there. And so she just happened to stumble across you, honestly. Yeah, and saw Gerald's axe and understood that Gerald must have been here, but she didn't know what was going on. The were-rats were already dead when she arrived, so Gerald must have killed them that were surrounding you all. But when she got you back, she was able to actually get you some medical attention. Geraldine's people are very good with medicine, and they also kind of understand some of the strangeness that happens in the sewers, in the underneath of the city. Geraldine is also old friends with Esfera, so when you explain to her like what happened at the meeting, she's actually not shocked. Kind of like she kind of already knew.
Cool.
But go ahead and give me a grit roll, and it's going to be against a charm roll. You have to beat an 8.
Nope. That's a 5.
She puts you into this little home. It's basically like a little container that somebody has built out of old metal and sheep rock and things like that. And inside is a ancient woman, who is fully like curved over. Her long, like really stubby and long fingers are meticulously crocheting something as she brings you in and sets you on one of her tables. And she asks her basically to kind of look you over. And she basically makes some sort of a weird tonic that would smell disgusting, except you kind of think it smells good because of your rat senses. And you are able to drink that, and you no longer have your major wound either. she is also able to not necessarily reverse what's happened to you, but she is able to help you from regressing. So over the couple of hours you were in this place, they're bringing you food, they're bringing you water, they're trying to like nurse you back to health, and she is giving you different tonics over time to try and help reverse what has happened to you. And some of it kind of works. Your brain kind of comes back to you fully, but you still do have a tail. You're no longer like hunched over, but you also no longer have a lot of the speed or the senses. So you're kind of back to like your normal senses. You no longer have the speed, but you do still kind of have some of the coarse hair, although they have kind of.
Man, I got to keep all the bad parts. Bummer.
They've given you a good conditioning treatment, so it's soft.
Okay. This is acceptable.
It's also at this point that you are reunited with Doris. She is. She's kind of. What was that?
My baby.
She was just kind of here in the trash city, doing stuff. I don't know what you'd like her to be doing.
Chilling.
Yeah, just hanging out. But Geraldine, everyone knows Doris, so it wasn't like it was another rat. So they've been taking good care of her.
Doris. Oh, Doris, I'm so happy to see you. Oh, that's such a good girl. And he picks her up, puts her in his breast pocket. Oh, yeah, she could change color before.
She could. She still can.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, the city takes care of you for about a day, and Geraldine, while you are recovering, she goes out to find Gerald, and she eventually does find Gerald, and brings him back to the city, shows him, you two reunite, and so it's you, Gerald, and Geraldine in the city that she operates, totally fine until one day, pretty much a couple of hours before the companions make their way to try to find you in this space, the entire city gets interrupted. They're going about their business, they're working, they're making food, they're organizing, and then Geraldine and Gerald are also trying to figure out what's going on with the city. After that, you kind of explain what happened at the meeting. Gerald has gone up to the surface. He's seen what's going on up there. It's crazy. So you guys have kind of been trying to talk about what is happening. If it's the Russos, who these wise men are, like how to defeat them. When all of that is interrupted by the sound of a giant horn that kind of reverberates across the city. And it basically kind of makes everyone like step out of their homes and out of their businesses. And Gerald, and you step out of where you guys were congregating to see where this is coming from. And it is coming from a man very similar to the man you saw back at Candy Canes. A short, random guy from somewhere with a strange, fleshy skin, bulging eyes, who looked undead. And he's the one blowing the horn. He is standing basically up on the ledge, because there's a ledge where you have to come down into the city. He's standing up on the ledge so everyone can see him. And standing behind him is a tall figure wearing a robe. And you know who this is. And he takes out like basically a like a megaphone, like a blowhorn to talk into it so that the entire city can hear. And he goes, "Do not run. Your salvation has arrived.
It has
Simply swear
not.
your allegiance to L."
L.
This is a different name than you heard before. The name of that one at the candy canes was K. Everyone in the city is confused. They're kind of like looking at each other. At this point, Geraldine just goes straight into action. She
Run.
has everyone go back into their homes. She tells people to pick up weapons, and many of them have it because, they live down here, so they know what's up. And you guys know that you're about to defend the city.
Oh, we're defending? Oh, we should run.
That is what Geraldine is doing. She's gone straight to defending. Obviously, she has never come across the wise men yet. And so she is not going to run. And not only is it this wise man and this random guy, but behind him, about 20 goons come out, all looking like the creatures you guys had come in contact with when you were at the... Oh, actually, you don't know what they are because you haven't contacted. That was Betty and the companions. So there are about 20 more of those random guys that come out from behind L and descend into the city. And after that carnage is when, and after you and Gerald ran, and Geraldine, realizing that the city had fallen, also ran, and she was so furious that she decided to gather what she could and go to the Russos to exact her revenge. It's at that point when you all are able to figure out that there's a lot that's going to be happening and you need to move fast. And so at this point, it's you, Gerald, and Geraldine has already gone ahead. And you're not really sure what to do. Back with Liv and Cesar and Kallie, you guys make it the rest of the way. Let's see how well you make it. Go ahead and give me another flight roll from everybody. Your
Okay.
DC is going to be an 11.
13.
2.
Uh-oh.
3.
Oh, no.
You guys almost made it. Almost made it without getting spotted. But the closer you got to the north, the worse you realize things are in terms of like the territory. So this area was already the Russos' territory, and so they have been planning this crazy takeover for who knows how long. And so by the time you get up to the north and realize that not only is it already completely taken over by the wise men, it has been this way for probably longer than it was since the day that they came to Asphera's and the day that they came to Candy Canes. And so this area is not dead. It's still kind of with a good amount of people walking around. The only issue is that they don't seem to be of their own mind. They are mindless guards. And as you guys are trying to weave your way through them, a couple of them realize you were trying to make your way up close to the mansion. And so I'm going to need you all to roll what you're going to do. Are you going to run or fight? I'm going to say there are probably like 6 of them that are close enough to like run after you. So all of them are going to try to get to you guys. So they're all going to roll flight. What are you all doing?
I am running.
Okay. Everybody else?
So there's 6 of them?
Yep.
Like, Kallie looks at Cesar. Do you think we can fight these guys, or should we run?
I'm not too good at running. Fine. I'll
Alright,
sling the axe.
swing that axe. Yeah, swing that axe.
Okay. I will roll. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Highest one is a 6.
All right. Let's swing that axe. Ooh, 18.
Hey.
Everybody else?
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Oh no. That's a 2. That is a 2 on my D20.
so can I try to fight them with Cesar, or should I be...
Either one. Fight or flight.
All right, fight. That's a 9.
Okay. So Caesar was, what was yours again?
18.
Ooh. Okay. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 exactly when I add them all together. Okay.
Ooh,
Y'all, that was lucky. Liv, you try to make a break for it, and they immediately surround you. However, you are in luck as Kallie and Cesar begin to take them out. How do you guys do that? How do you guys take all of them out in like a blink?
I think Kallie like tries to get them to all line up, and so Cesar can just take like one swing through all of them.
It's just a
Oh, some, like,
full
weird
lumberjack
part.
heave ho. Here we go.
Yes. That's perfect. Liv,
Followed
you like
immediately
bust
by
out.
like deep breaths of like I've done too much today.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, I think Liv, you break out, you start running, you like trip for like a second, and you look up and they're all surrounding you. And then literally you watch as a huge axe just goes through all 6 of them and they all get cut in half.
Whole lots of blood just spills all over Liv.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I was clean for like 30 minutes and it was really nice.
Wonderful. I'll say that you guys are able to make it the rest of the way as you get to basically this large, it's basically a large casita. Beautiful. Kind of like yellow stucco on the walls. It's a two floor with a beautiful balcony, terracotta roof. And it is just a beautiful big mansion house. And the garden doesn't have a gift fence around it. It's just lush greenery from all around. However, there are still a bunch of like regular under, some sort of spell to act accordingly or not really have a brain. But at the entrance of the front anyway, you see those other creatures, the two goons that are usually connected to the wise men. You see 2 of those, at the front entrance. I will say, as you guys come up against the mansion, at this moment outside, because I'll say you guys are in the front, you don't see Raymond or Gerald. You don't know where they are.
Have the guards spotted us yet?
No. And I don't think they'll hear you if you try to communicate with them.
Do you think they already snuck in without us?
I don't know. Gerald and Geraldine don't seem the most subtle.
Surprisingly, if any of them did go in, it's quiet. Doesn't seem like there's a fight happening.
Is there have you either of you been here before? I don't think I've come up here very often. Do you know if there's a side entrance?
Well, I'm sure there's a side entrance or a balcony or something. There's no way she has a house that only has one entrance and one exit. She's got to have a bolt hole.
Yes, that's quite dangerous
Yeah.
for our line of work.
We are not going to be pushing through this exit, at least not by force.
Okay. Whoever wants to, I will say to try to determine if there are other entrances, since you guys, I would say probably Raymond has been to the Russos, maybe Liv, but the Russos didn't trust anybody. So I don't think any of you would just know where their secrets are, like you would at Fatima's or something like that. So you're going to have to either walk around and try to find, like go to an area to try to find. So you're going to do flights if you're going to do it quietly, and then brains. Or you can make the decision to try and contact them on the radio if they still have it, and kind of risk that they are hiding because the radio will make noise. Or you can kind of look at the entrance and basically try to see from like where you are if you could get in like from the second floor or something like that, or the roof. So lots of options, but just let me know what you're doing.
Like, why don't I just sneak around a little bit? See what I can see.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. But be careful, alright?
I'm always careful.
That is not true.
Yeah, I know, but it sounds good.
Okay.
Alright, sure.
All right. Liv is walking around. Everyone staying where they are.
Find someplace not out in the open, someplace quiet.
Okay. Liv, go ahead and give me a flight roll. They are not yet alerted. They are more in guard. They're not like walking around. So I'm going to say, really, you're wanting to make sure you don't alert any of the randos, like the citizens of the people who used to live in this neighborhood, who are now under their control. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll say there's 6 around you as you go around. Oh crap. Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll your flight. And I'll say you have to get at least a 6. Higher the better.
Okay. 19. So close to an explosion.
9, 10. Okay. We'll say 3 of them don't pay attention to you. They don't even see you. As you continue to walk around, 3 of them basically like turn your direction, even though they don't see you. They have either heard you or know you're somewhere. But you have moved around the side. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Looking for an entrance, and also, do I see anything weird with my creepy new eyes?
Well, it depends. How would you like to try and see something different? Like, you kind of always see something weird, but your brain kind of filters them out. So are you trying to do something?
Yes, I think I'm looking primarily for a way in, and if I find a way in, I want to see if there's any like shenanigans associated with that way. Like if we were to go through a window or a door, if people would be alerted, maybe.
Okay. Are you synergizing with this new site? Yes. Or are you fighting it?
I am embracing the creepy sights.
Okay. Well, then go ahead and give me a charm. DC is going to be a 5.
Okay. 12. Oh, that explodes. 12 plus 7. 19.
Okay.
Yes. Math is hard.
In your mind, what happens? What do you want to happen?
Knowing Liv, I think what she ideally would like to have happen is like a glittering, glitzy, like trail of light directing her towards the best option that she has. And like flashing lights of like, here's where the danger is, if there is any.
Okay. I will say on the side of the place you're at, so you guys were in the front, you went to the side, and you haven't gone to the back yet. It's a pretty large place. I will say that you do see basically like a winding, like glittery path. But it doesn't go to anything in the side, even though you do see a side door. It goes behind the house.
I would like to follow the path.
Okay. Give me another flight. Let's see. Okay. DC is a 4.
Here's I'm always careful Liv rolling away. 13.
Okay. You don't catch the attention of the few there in back here. In the back, there was clearly a very beautiful garden. It was actually a vegetable garden, like a Tuscan vegetable garden. It is now a makeshift graveyard.
Oh no.
However, there is nothing living back here. So you see the winding, shimmering road sort of go to what looks to be like a cellar, like an outdoor cellar that you would have in terms of like the doors that probably go down to like a basement.
I would like to carefully make my way back to my friends to tell them about it.
Okay. We'll say you're able to make it back to Cesar and Kallie.
Well, good news is I found a cellar that I think we can get in. Bad news is there's a lot of people patrolling.
How many people patrolling?
Judging by the dice I heard rolled, maybe 6 to 10.
That's a lot of people.
It was intimidating.
I think at this point, as you guys are having this conversation, you hear Raymond's voice. not from your area, but literally like on the other side of the mansion, also in the bushes, talking to Gerald. And Gerald's like, "So we're going in the front? I think we should maybe go up to the second floor. I feel like I can get up there."
No, yeah, we could totally get up there. Shouldn't we like find our allies? Like, well, what are we
We
doing?
try to contact them, but we don't know if they're here. So they're having this side conversation. You guys are having your side conversation, and I think everyone hears one another all of a sudden, and you all look at each other from across the driveway. The two goons who are at the front door, by the way, none the wiser.
Hey, it's you guys. Hi.
Waving.
Liv waves.
Guys, these goons are bad news.
They're also blind and deaf, apparently. Guess that works for us.
Liv, despite recognizing that they haven't heard anything yet, still tries to pantomime we should go around the back of the house to Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
Behind. Oh, behind. Got it. Winky face.
Gerald sees Cesar with his axe, and he just gives you 2 thumbs up. Cesar, he's like, "Yeah, nice to bring that."
Oh, yeah, sure.
Hey, Gerald, why does that that axe be magical? Huh?
He kind of looks at you. "Oh, well, actually, this is an interesting story." And he he proceeds to tell you the story of why the axe is so weird. I'll say that happens as you guys walk around or sneak around. So everybody needs to give me a flight roll. Let's see. Now you guys are going on the other side. They're going that side. They're going that side. So let's just say 6 and 6 even. Sounds like 12 to me. Perfect number. Yeesh. Okay. A lot of 4s. 2 6s. Mm-hmm. Okay. DC is a 12 for no one to notice you.
I did not get that number.
No, I didn't either. I mean, I could explode, but it would burn like half my adversity tokens to do it.
I
got a 5.
18.
Whoa!
Hey.
It was flight, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah,
You got a what?
18.
18. Okay. And what did Kallie get?
2.
Okay.
Y'all,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna need you to start doing some cardio.
Cesar, Liv, and Kallie are walking their side of the area. Liv has already practically scouted it out, so you guys are able to go through flawlessly. On the other side, Gerald is having a full-on conversation with with Raymond, who is kind of like, "Oh, okay. Oh, that's why." Okay. And they just kind of, it just happens. They just happen to none of them pay attention. So you guys are like expertly moving around, and they make it somehow. Raymond, you do learn, where is it? I have why the, here it is. Raymond, you do learn that the axe was made with a certain kind of, where is it? Weird metal.
Fairy dust.
No. It's a kind of weird metal.
Candy cane dust.
You wish.
Jingle bells.
Oh, it's Gerald tells you that he commissioned the axe from Geraldine to specifically forge this axe using a strange metal that he found in one of his weird trades that he does. He does a lot of strange trades. And he found it about a year ago. He has no idea where it came from or what it is, because he tells you that like no one could identify it. But based on all the tests he ran, it was like indestructible. And so he figured that it'd be a cool, like, giant boss axe. Obviously. Really the only thing he could have made with it. But he hasn't tested it out yet until he used it to tear up the were-rats, and it's awesome. And of course, Cesar now knows how awesome it is. But yes, so he tells you that as you guys are walking around. And I think while you three are at the back, you see Gerald and Raymond come around. You just hear the end of like, yeah, and that's how I got the axe. So
fascinating.
And you were all together in the back of the house in the makeshift graveyard of what used to be the Russo's residence.
Well, hiya, guys. I'm Match Doris now. We both have tails.
You look
Man,
great.
we're not doing hot, are we?
No.
Not the weirdest thing I've seen.
You all look like you've been through hell and back again.
Oh, don't worry. This blood isn't mine.
No, I was more concerned that your eyes are a different color.
Yeah, I'm still
And
processing that.
I don't have a hand. Look.
Yeah, no, that's fancy though.
It's very pretty.
So I think the world's turning inside out, or at least a bunch of stuff is coming from another dimension into this one, and we gotta get rid of this stuff.
I'm gonna say it. I'm ready to leave Chicago. This place is a lost cause.
I mean, we could do that, and if we did that, I'm pretty sure they would just take over the world, one city at a time.
Well, I mean,
So
as
either
Piers-
we stop it here, or I'm pretty sure that this world just ends.
Well, I think a sphere is inside, so. And I'm pretty sure I'm
Us.
supposed to get to her.
She's still alive then.
I think so. So we should probably
Oh.
just see if we can get to her and then plan.
I think that's a good idea considering she's the only one with magical powers.
Well, I mean, you kind of have magical powers now, right?
Nope, we solved that part of it. We couldn't get rid of the tail or the hair on my chest, which I used to very meticulously wax. But No, we kept these parts, but we couldn't keep the really cool hearing or the smell.
That's an interesting choice. I don't know if that's the one I would have made.
I
Like,
didn't
maybe I
choose.
would've-
We just drank a bunch of tonics, and this is what happened.
Wow. Well, hey, at least Doris is all right.
She is. Look, she's right here, and she can still change color, which is kind of cool. Hey, whatever happened to your beetle?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure it's living its best life in the sewers.
Oh, but you said the sewers were dangerous.
Yeah, that's part of the reason.
Oh.
I did hear something about a giant beetle, like eating things in the sewers waters.
Pretty sure it ate Liv.
What?
Ate me?
We'll get into it when we have more time. There's a whole lot to talk about.
Well, if it... I mean, do you think I should call it here? See if it can help us?
That's a good idea.
If you could do that, that would be one of the strangest things I'd seen today.
Can I
would be
try to
dope.
do that?
Of course.
Yeah, no, I think Liv just... how would she do this? I'm trying to remember how we communicated in the past. It's been a
Well,
minute since I talked to my beetle.
it was intertwined with your skin for quite some time because you did a very high charm roll. And then your DCs were very low because you guys were so bonded. I will say now that it is heavily mutated, technically it should be less. However, two things have happened to you, or I meant more, like your DC should be more. However, two things have happened to you, and I don't think you even know that the first one did anything to you. But Cesar, healed you, and weirdly, and you also got some sort of a connection with a Sphera in a strange world.
Right.
Now, I don't know if a telekinetic like connection with the beetle would actually be crazier than those two things. So I think
I love averages.
yeah, I think as you, well, actually, let's do this. Cesar, go ahead and roll a charm roll.
Oh. I am an expert at charm. Oh, I rolled a 6. That'll mean it'll explode. Hold on. This is better. It's a 7.
Okay.
Real highs and lows there.
And then add a 2 to that.
Hey, that's 9.
Okay. Kallie and Liv roll a grit.
Oh.
DC is 9.
Hold up. Wait.
12.
6. But I'm going to spend the adversity tokens to make it a 9.
You don't have to.
No, I want to. I want to see if I can get my beetle.
Okay. Let's then say your charm roll for the beetle is going to be to do exactly what you want to do. It's going to be a DC 11.
Okay.
For you to
Possible.
just connect with it, it's going to be a DC 7.
Okay. See, this is where saving up all of my easygoing adversity tokens is going to serve me well. Ooh, that exploded. Nope, that rolled off. Oh, okay. 12 plus 9 is 21? No? Yeah, 21.
Okay.
I can math, guys.
You reach out to your beetle, and what do you say?
I think she just says, "Oh, honey, I heard you were hanging out in the sewers. Why don't you come see me? We can wreak havoc together."
Okay. You are all conversing. Do you have a plan for what you are going to do next? As Liv kind of does this in her mind.
Random question.
You know that Geraldine went on ahead of you guys, but she doesn't seem to be anywhere you can see her. You have the axe. You can assume that this is the wise men's lair, but they've been around town, so you're not 100% sure they're even here. And there doesn't seem to be a lot of goons here because they're all out in the city. And it seems Liv at least knows how to get into the building. So that's kind of what you all know.
I've got a random question. Am I still feeling connected to whatever let me heal the others? Am I still hearing laughing in the head?
Oh, yes.
Ah, okay, good. I'll go try it out on Raymond and see what happens.
Okay. You're going to try to heal Raymond.
Yeah, I'll see what happens.
Once again, are you telling Raymond what you're doing?
Nah. I'm just gonna go over and lay a hand on his shoulder and see if I can remove the hair and the tail.
Okay. I mean, at this point, you can roll a grit, and you can elect to fail it.
You know what? Let's just elect to fail it at this point. I'm in for all in.
Yeah. You hear the voice again. And this time she's not giggling, but you can hear the smile on her face. And she just simply says, "My champion." As you put your hand on Raymond, and what are you trying to do?
I want to remove the hair and tail, but give him back the senses.
Oh, okay. Raymond, I think you immediately feel, number one, the tail, almost like the rest of the tail, like the part that helps you move it, that's inside your body, that also pushes its way out. So it's extremely painful. As the tail grows basically out of you and then drops on the ground. So we're gonna roll for that.
No.
A 10 to not scream in pain.
Nope, I did it. I screamed like a little girl.
That makes sense. And the hair also basically looks like it's being shaved off you. And so that falls to the ground as well. However, immediately you hear a nauseating, visceral sound that 10 seconds ago you wouldn't have been able to hear. And now you hear it real clear.
What's that sound?
Excuse me. And it's still daytime. It's a little cloudy, but it's still daytime. So as your eyes kind of flicker back to how they were before, you kind of start to squint because there's too much sun out here. And you smell the heady, deep smell of death because you are all standing around essentially walking corpses. And of course, there are dead things in the ground. And the entire city is kind of filled with the smell. It's all extremely overwhelming. So not only do you scream, I'm going to need another grit check to see how you handle this force of these senses coming back to you. DC is going to be a 10 again.
Oh, that is I get a +1 to grit. That's a 10.
Okay. You're able to steel yourself. There was the initial rush of pain, and then you're able to steel yourself.
Damn, that's the first time.
But you look up at Cesar, and just by looking at the minutia that you can now notice with your new eyes, you can tell that he did this without him saying anything. And everyone hears your scream.
No. Bummer.
Okay, so I'm going to need flight or fight rolls, depending on what everyone's doing, as everyone in your area turns to look at all of you and is going to race towards you.
I'm running for
Yep.
the cellar.
Yep. Following Liv. Well, that wasn't great.
All right, what did everybody get?
Raymond got a
choosing to
2.
run. Is Cesar running?
I'm torn because I want to try something.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay, let's start with Kallie.
Kallie will fight.
Okay, Kallie
That's
stands her ground.
not great.
Fight. All right, let's do that. Yeah.
What'd you get?
It's
2.
it's-
2. Okay.
crap.
Ooh.
Mine's a 4. What did I have to beat? More than 4.
There are different. There's 12 coming towards you all, and so for none of them to grab any of you, or at least one of you, you need a 6.
I'll stick with the 4 for now.
Okay. Okay, so we have a 4, we have a 6, or a 2. I mean,
Got a 14
Liv?
for flight. A 14.
Okay, Raymond.
I got a 2.
Oh my gosh, and Gerald also got a 2. Ooh, okay.
Bye,
So-
y'all. I'm gone.
It's really bright in here.
It is. Okay, who's running?
Me, I was.
Me.
Okay. You two break. Liv knows where they're going, so she's first. And
And Raymond
You
runs into
are-
the door.
you are fast behind her. And you both got under a 4.
I got
Yep.
a 2.
Oh, never mind.
Well, you got a 2. So
She got more than me. She got like a 14, right? Liv?
Sure did.
Yeah.
okay.
She did good. I
Liv,
did bad.
you are able to book it and you make it to the door. These are like basement doors that are like storm shelter doors. So they are, into the ground. And so when you get there, you have to open them. You have to pull them open. And as you grab them to open them, you hear a clink clink and realize that they are locked from the inside with a chain.
No.
Bummer.
Raymond, following behind her, you are immediately grabbed by 1, 2, 3, 4. You're immediately basically grabbed and grappled by 4 of them, and they begin to try to tear into your flesh with both their fingers and they don't have fangs, they have regular teeth, but they're basically trying to bite you as well. But at the moment, all I've done is grappled you to the ground. Cesar and Kallie, you two are fighting. And you got a 2 and a
4.
4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. You two are actually that's 4. Well, no, those two fine. So you two are also attacked by 4. 2 for Cesar and 2 for Kallie. As they again basically grab onto both of you, trying to grapple you to the ground. Ugh. Okay. That means everyone but Liv is grappled, or basically held. What do you all want to do before they all roll? Basically, they're going to use fight, I think, because they're going to use their claws and their teeth.
Can I try something?
Okay.
I want to, one of them, which just one at the moment, I'll wrap my arms around his back and do a hug. And I want to see if I could do something similar to it that I just did to Ray. I want to see if I can basically wipe out its brain or make it turn on its friends or something along those lines. Or just fuse its legs together, something like that.
Interesting. You are trying to, instead of heal or fix, you're trying to do the opposite?
Yeah.
You're trying to like mutate?
I'm more like the initial instinct is to rewrite its brain so it attacks someone else. If there's someone controlling it, push out that control and replace it.
I see. Okay. I am not. I don't think that's something you can do.
Okay.
What you can try to do is, so basically what you've been doing is doing a swap. You've been taking something to give something.
Yeah.
Now, none of them know that, but in this case, to take something, it would still be a take. So you could do something like try to absorb it in a way. Like take all of it.
Can I take its muscles?
Yes.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I don't know what that'll do, but we're gonna try.
I think at this point, that would be a brawn roll to see how well you do that. And because you are going to be basically doing something pervasive to what's going on with you, I'm going to say that the consequence of this is going to be quite dire.
Great.
So go ahead and roll your brawn. DC is going to be a 6.
Natural 20. Let me re-roll that.
Wow.
That's a 38.
Nice.
I'm really tight with magic now, guys.
From
What does it
skeptical
look like
believer.
to everyone else when you do this?
So, am I taking this on myself, or am I just simply shunting this muscle mass somewhere else?
You are definitely basically like absorbing it.
Okay. I imagine you watch as the muscles, like, it leaps upon me to attack me, and I grab it in this bear hug, and you watch as the muscles on my forearms continue to just grow in size as its just physique begins to shrivel. You watch as the muscles on its arms begin to grow frail and thin. Same with its cheek muscles and legs all across its body.
Yep. And then the withered corpse essentially kind of just falls to the ground.
Huh.
Oh.
Am I feeling good after that, or how am I feeling physically?
You're certainly feeling something. I think actually what you're probably feeling is kind of disturbed, because the voice that has been talking to you it's no longer it no longer sounds like a little girl.
Oh,
It's speaking lighter, almost like a whisper, and it's speaking in a language you shouldn't understand, but you do. It is clear to you now that you have been blessed with the true form of whatever you have become the champion of. And it now lives in your head and in your soul and in your heart forever.
Well, as long as it's happy, I guess.
It is. That is exactly what it's saying. It is saying, I am pleased by this. Very good job. Do the rest. And as you look out at everyone, you do not see a difference between these other dead creatures and Liv, or Kallie, or Raymond, or Gerald.
Uh-oh.
What's everyone else doing?
Not parenting.
I had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Since I'm grabbed by a bunch of ratty things, I was thinking, not ratty things, but the evil dead guys. I was wondering if I could use one of my horror instinct abilities.
Okay.
Okay, so I have this thing called Feral Mind. When fear takes hold, your instincts sharpen beyond reason, letting you react with animalistic speed or aggression. Roll an additional d4, and on a 1 or 2, you're able to cause panic to your enemies, making them lose a turn or even attack one another. And on a 3, you gain +2 to brawn, and on 4, you receive a premonition.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to see what Cesar did by withering a guy and just kind of freak him out to try and think that I'm withering because my tail fell off. I'm gonna hold my tail and be like, oh no, I'm falling apart too, or something. And then try and see if it's make them think it's contagious.
Okay.
As I try to break free from them.
Interesting. This kind of sounds like a charm.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll with your instinct, which is, what did you say, a D4?
Yes, it's an additional D4. Hiya! Okay, so I got a 2, which is you are able to cause panic to your enemies, making them lose a turn or even attack one another on my D4, and I got a 19 on charm.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to happen when you do this? What's your ideal scenario when you look at Cesar?
I want them to think that it's gonna happen to them, so they let me go and I run away.
Okay. Cesar, as you look around, there is one of these strange, undead beings that are walking around here, where you kind of feel like maybe you don't want to absorb that one. They seem to have something going on with them. You don't want anything to do with that. Other ones are fine though, but just not this one.
Well, what's close to me then? Although if there's anyone else's turn, then.
Well, I believe Kallie was pinned down, and so Kallie, you're still pinned down. What are you doing with these? I think there was 4 on you or 2 on you.
Trying to get them off.
Okay, what do you want to roll?
Probably fight. Just try to I don't know, hit them to try to let me up.
Okay. Let's do fight against their they're also going to try to fight you. So it's going to be their fight and their fight. They are technically humans, so they don't have a high fight, but
Okay. I think like knife will come out of boot.
You gotta beat a 3.
Funny. I just rolled a 1.
Okay, that's
Do I
1.
want to spend?
Next one is you gotta roll
I'll
a 4.
just fail.
You gotta beat a 4.
I gotta
Oh,
beat a
that
4.
explodes actually. So 4, 5, 6. Gotta be
Be a
6.
6. I'll spend the adversity on this one. So, if I need it, what happens? Is it? do I need to beat
You were
it?
able to push them off of you, so you're able
Okay.
to push one off of you. The other one does sink their teeth into your shoulder, and you can take a minor wound.
Okay.
Raymond, you have been able to kind of get Cesar to not pay attention to you, but you still have a couple of these creatures around you.
Oh, I thought that's what my thing was doing, was getting rid of them.
Oh, you're doing it for all of them?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's
We'll
like
say
a
that happens. They kind of have a fear. It's more of a confusion. And so they just kind of stay away from you, but they don't necessarily stop pursuing everybody else. So I'll say the 2 or the 3 that were on you, because Cesar killed one, I'll say that they just continue to go after Liv and Kallie.
cool.
And then Liv, you are at the door and it's not opening.
It's locked from the inside.
Yeah. With a chain, you can hear it rattle.
Ooh, can I send Doris under the door? Does she fit?
Maybe. Liv would have to open the door and hold and keep it open, like, enough to where she can slide through.
I could try that.
Okay. Raymond, let's have you roll flight
Okay.
for Doris. And Liv, let's have you roll, grit to hold it open, or brawn.
For the first time in the history of this game, I would prefer to roll grit.
Okay. It's just the door, so we'll say the DC is a 3.
Oh.
4.
Okay.
Oh, do we still have the -2 or no?
No. Yes?
No.
No?
Yeah, you guys don't have that.
And then 4.
Okay. What was the flight?
It was a 1. What did I need?
3.
Okay, I'll spend my adversity tokens to make it a 3.
Okay. Yeah, Doris is able to slip in. What do you want her to do on the other side?
I want her to chew around one of the handles so it falls like out of the door. That way the chain can't hold it.
Okay. You want her to chew the wood? Because the handles are metal.
Yeah, no, like she's chewing out the handle so that the chain like pulls the handle out of the door.
Okay. Let's see how long that takes her. Let's see. I think that's going to be a DC. It's going to be a fight because she's using her teeth. It's a wooden. Yeah, it is a wooden door, but it's thick. I think that's going to be like a DC 12.
Oh no.
To get it done in this round.
Could I roll a charm to encourage her and give her a lower DC? Come on, little buddy.
Sure.
She was great.
Let's do a charm. Charm 15.
It's a 4.
Yeah.
Woof.
Dang it.
What was her fight?
Encourage her.
I haven't rolled it yet. It exploded. Oh, it's a 5. It exploded, but it's still only a 5.
You two hear her gnawing away with vigor.
She's doing so fast. She's so brave.
As the ones that are left continue to descend on both of you closer, we'll go back to Cesar. Cesar, you are closest to Kallie. She has kicked one of the things off of her, and she's currently being mauled by another. And then you see a couple of other ones kind of shambling towards the entrance of the house, like the basement, and you see 2 more trying to open the basement doors.
All right. I'll go for the one on top of Kallie and grab at that one.
Okay.
Just kind of try and get, let's just get my hands on it.
Okay. Let's do a flight versus their grit, because they're going to try to hold on to Kallie.
All right. Can I? Yeah, that works. Either that or I'll just yank it off.
You have to beat a 6.
6. All right. That's a 2.
Okay. I will say you still yank it off just because you have crazy strength. Unfortunately, it still had its teeth into Kallie. And so Kallie, this creature comes away with a chunk of your shoulder. And unfortunately, you are bleeding out again.
Lovely.
Bad day for Kallie.
Yeah. Could be worse.
Just stick me with syringe. It's fine.
It's
We'll
true.
see.
We know
Yeah.
that.
So you're going to take a major wound. What's everyone doing? I'll say that the ones that are walking up to Liv and Raymond, they are going to attack you. Because it's going to take a while for for Doris to gnaw through.
Can I just like run laps, like rage bait, keep away?
Okay, you can do that. It's going to be a flight versus their fight as they try to grab you and bite into you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to beat a 7.
15.
Okay. I'll say that, yes, the ones that were coming across with you two, or coming up to you two, you're able to run around, and they kind of shamble after you and follow you. I'll say, Raymond, go ahead and roll another full fight. We'll say the DC now is, what was it last time, 10 or 12? We'll say the DC is 9.
Oh.
It's a rat trying to.
Yeah. No, that's a 1.
She's so close. She's about a 4th way through the thickest part. Yeah. She's gnawing away. She's getting it done.
She's gonna do it. I believe in her.
It's gonna do it.
You've got this.
Back around, Kallie, you are bleeding out on the ground. What are you doing?
Pull out syringe, stab myself in the gut.
Yeah. The bleeding kind of stops. And it doesn't heal like regular because the chunk is gone. So it just basically now you have like a huge divot in your shoulder, but the bleeding has stopped.
Get up. Is that guy still alive or?
Raymond is holding it. Raymond, what are you? I mean, sorry, Cesar is holding it. Cesar, what are you doing with this guy?
Can I absorb more from it? It seems to be what's driving me at the moment.
Yep.
Unless I still have like my own cognition, or is it more instinct at this point?
How about you roll a grit,
All
and
right.
we'll see where you're at. We'll make the DC a 6.
All right. Where's my 10? There's my 10. Come freaking. There we go. 9.
You've heard that voice, this new voice, or maybe it's an old voice. You've grabbed this guy unceremoniously, basically ripping it off of Kallie, but also ripping a chunk of her along with it. And you're basically holding him by the back of the neck, and you just squeeze, and the neck cracks. But you blink a couple of times, and you see Kallie standing, staring at you.
All right. Well, as long as she's fine, I guess I'll move on to fight some more guys.
They're chasing Liv around in circles.
All right. Then. I'll
Whatever the
chuck this
Benny Hill
guy
theme
over
is
at them.
playing.
I'll just see if I can throw the guy the corpse I have in my hands and take out one or two of the guys chasing Liv.
Okay. I'll have you go and chase after the guys that are chasing after Liv. Kallie, you are looking around and you're seeing Liv running around. Cesar is chasing the guys chasing Liv, and Raymond is kind of just staring at the door, encouraging Doris. You can't see Doris, but there's something happening over there.
We're gonna try to help get the guys that are chasing Liv.
There's 2 on Liv. Go ahead and let me have Cesar and Kallie roll whatever you're gonna do. So either brawn or fight. And it's gonna be against their flight because you guys are behind them, so they're not trying to fight you. So it'll be against their flight. Which is higher. Ooh, okay. 2 and a 5.
Are there?
I got a 6.
I got a 15, but I was also curious if there are any increases based off of the strength I absorb.
In terms of like your fight or your flight?
No, my brawn specifically.
Sure, you can add a +2 for your brawn.
Nice. So that's a 17 to just hurl the one I have at one of the other ones.
Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, that happens. It's like bowling, but with a person. And Liv, you can stop running.
Good teamwork, guys.
Raymond, go ahead and roll another fight. We'll say the DC is 6.
Joe. Yeah. Into 3.
Okay.
She's trying.
She's
so hard.
halfway there. You can kind of see her nose. Now, she's got a lot more chewing to do though. She's halfway there. So.
Hey, Raymond, the door's pretty weak right there. Do you think you could just punch in the handle, huh? Look out, Doris.
Oh, yes.
You talking to Cesar?
Could probably
Yeah.
get right through it.
What did I say?
You said Raymond.
I think you said Raymond.
Whoops.
It looks like he needs some more
I
healing.
meant Caesar. Or Gerald.
Yeah,
sure.
Gerald's not doing nothing.
Yeah, he's
Dang,
fucking
Gerald.
been the whole time. Come on, man.
He's been right next to you, but he's like smoking a cigarette. Like Just kidding. You remember that time?
Did you
we
come to
went down
watch?
that one place? That was crazy.
He's still talking about how his axe was made.
Yeah.
He's like, I still don't know what the metal is, but it's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'll say that now Cesar, Kallie, and Liv, you guys can come back over to Raymond. And Raymond, you can ask them to give you a hand.
Look, Doris made a little hole right there. If you punch the handle, it'll fall in.
How about this? I'll take the axe and bring it down on the door handle.
Oh,
Doris,
come
run.
on.
Are you giving
I figure I
Doris a
should
moment
get-
to move?
Yeah, sure.
I did tell her to get out of the way.
Yeah, I should go
Okay.
get out. I do have to pick up the axe off the ground because I was using my bare hands, so I'll grab that and then go chop down.
Okay. Okay. We'll say she moves out of the way as you swing the axe down. No roll necessary. It's an axe versus the door. It goes through pretty easily, and the doors kind of jingle as the chain snaps. And you guys are able to pull it and open it. It is dark and dank, it looks like. But Liv, your little highway continues down the stairs.
Okay, we should go in.
Hey, Cesar. How'd you give me my superpowers back? I can smell everything.
I couldn't tell you really. Just some voice in my head that says do it, I do it. It works.
Gerald just goes, I hear that.
Cool. And
That's
you
not
said I
worrisome at
was
all.
crazy. Yeah, you said I was crazy for thinking that the rat men were real. Mr. I don't believe in anything magic. Now he's the only one that can do magic.
Well, look, this has been fun. But I'm gonna go find my sister. I think she's around here somewhere. If I find her, I'll meet up with you guys later.
That's a good idea. Because we might all die.
Tell her I say
mean-
hi.
I will.
I'm not dead yet. My shoulder's missing now, part of it.
You want me to try and take care of
Yeah.
that for you?
I don't know, Caesar. I guess we
mean,
can vote, maybe?
I did it
I know it's my
before,
body,
so-
but you did that to me before.
You're standing, aren't you?
Yeah, Kallie, you don't remember you remember your memories, but you don't remember obviously dying, and you certainly don't remember being brought back.
I mean, you might as well. Sure.
I'll take a hand later on her shoulder and see if I can heal the wound.
Okay. Yeah, you are able to do that. Kallie, you see the muscle that was taken out and the sinew and everything basically grows back. It is, of course, extremely painful. So go ahead and roll a grit to see if you can, grit your teeth and bear that. DC is going to be a 6.
That's a 9.
Okay. It hurts like nobody's business, but you're able to weather it. Cesar, for a while now, you have not really been feeling or seeing what's been happening with you. However, I think at this point, all three of you now see that Cesar's veins are number one, you can see their veins. They're kind of popping, like he's taking steroids. They are black almost. And there's a lot more of them around his chest area going up to his neck, going up to his eyes and his temples. He looks interesting. Different look. Yeah.
You good?
Cesar, are you good?
Am I good? How am I feeling?
We're all so
outside of
good.
being exhausted.
We're doing great.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, all of you are looking worse for wear, certainly. Doris kind of hops out and hops back onto Raymond's pocket. And I think it's at this point that you all kind of realize you've been making a lot of noise back here. But you've killed the things that were back here, the wanderers that were in the area. But nothing new has come. And the goons that are at the front door, I mean, they were kind of clueless, but odd. But the door to the basement looks to be open. That's your path. And you're hoping you'll find a Sphera. Gerald has left to find Geraldine.
Well, I guess, we're all changing in new and exciting ways. I'd be more worried about it if we weren't probably going to die before tomorrow, so let's keep going.
Yeah, after you.
Yeah.
Might as well.
All right.
What's that song? Down the Yellow Brick Road.
I was thinking more Another One Bites the Dust, but
Duh. That's a good one.
You all cross the threshold one by one as you are about to go down the stairs. And right before you all fully immerse under the stairs, you hear a rumbling coming from underground. And for a moment, you first thought that it's coming from like the basement and something's like coming towards you. And so you guys kind of like stop and like back up a bit. So you're still kind of like outside, half inside. But the rumbling is coming from behind you. And as you all turn around to look at the once beautiful garden that is now a graveyard, out pops a giant beetle.
Fuck yeah.
Aw, you made it.
And that's where we'll end our story for today. And we will move on to the finale of X Marks the Spot, the real world, next episode. Where you guys go into the bilges of the Russo's place, now the Wise Men's territory, find a Sphera, hopefully send all these things back to wherever they came from, and survive in the process. Easy.
Yeah.
It should be
Super.
fine.
We got this.
yeah. Oh,
Actually,
good.
nothing weird otherwise is going on, so.
As usual, thank you to my players for their wonderful support. Thank you all as the audience for enjoying this game. Can't wait to have the finale. Can't wait to see what happens to our ragtag group, our crew, the Piers. We will see all of you for the finale next time. See you then. Bye.
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 Thank you all for listening to the Aging Journey podcast. We hope you are enjoying the campaign. Don't forget, you can listen to our podcast on our podcast website, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. List will be in the description below. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. You can support the podcast on Patreon or join our Discord. Enjoy the journey.